Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. One of the easiest, most delicious, and most beautiful treats you can make for Valentine's Day are chocolate covered strawberries. Not only are they super easy to make, they make a great treat for Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and New Year's Eve, or any time of the year you need that special treat for that special somebody. And when I started my channel more than 11 years ago, one of my first videos was a chocolate covered strawberry tutorial, and I thought it's about time I have a new video for you guys. So today we're going to walk through all the steps on how to make some incredible chocolate strawberries. We'll start with the strawberry prep, and then how to melt your chocolate and what type of chocolate to use. We'll dip the strawberries and add some fun garnishes on the top to make the strawberries extra special. Don't forget to head on down into that video description box for the details. I'm going to have everything up on my website for you. And now let me show you how to make some incredible chocolate covered strawberries. My first tip for you is to enjoy these chocolate covered strawberries within the first 24 to 36 hours when they look and taste the best. And you want to use some jumbo size strawberries around Valentine's Day and other major holidays. They usually sell these super sized strawberries at the grocery store. These are perfect for dipping into chocolate. I picked these up at Costco. And before you do anything with the strawberries, they need a nice bath to wash away any dust or dirt. I like to fill a large bowl with some warm water and about a 1/3 cup of baking soda, swirl them around for about 30 seconds. Rinse off the strawberries and then just lay them in a single layer with some paper towels to dry. I also like to pat them dry with the paper towels. They need to be super dry before you start dipping them into any chocolate. And now let's talk about the chocolate. I recommend using chocolate melting wafers or chocolate melts versus chocolate chips. These will set at room temperature and they set really beautifully and they don't need to be tempered. And Ghirardelli makes a really great variety. So they have the milk, the dark, and the white. And you can also melt them in the microwave. When I'm making chocolate covered strawberries, I like to have lots of variety, so I will typically use all three types, milk, dark, and white chocolate. And these chocolate melts melt really nicely in the microwave, so just place them into a large glass mixing bowl. You could also melt these in using a double boiler on the stove top. Heat the chocolate melts in 1-minute intervals in the microwave and stir after each minute until that chocolate is completely melted and smooth. White chocolate specifically can sometimes be hard to melt and it likes to clump and it's just a little tricky. If that happens to you, just grab some shortening, drop it into the chocolate, and this will help just make it super nice and smooth. With our strawberries ready and our chocolate melted, it's time to make some chocolate covered strawberries. And at any time during this process, if you notice that your chocolate isn't as smooth or as creamy or it's getting more difficult to dip the chocolates, just pop it back into the microwave for about 30 seconds, stir, and it should be nice and smooth and ready to use again. We're going to use a little pastry bag, prop it into a glass to make this super easy, and pour some right in. And then we could just snip off a little tip off the end of the bag. Before dipping the strawberry, you want to gently pull back the leaves, and then we're going to dip the strawberry directly into the chocolate. Make sure it's well covered all over, and kind of twirl this the strawberry to tap off any excess chocolate. Let's dip some of the berries into the dark chocolate as well. If you want to add some colorful sprinkles like these fun Valentine's Day ones that I have here, you want to start with a white chocolate base so those sprinkles really stand out. So dip the strawberries right in and sprinkle them over the chocolate just like this. You want to do this while that chocolate is still wet, otherwise when it sets the sprinkles just won't stick. And here's a fun way you could decorate your strawberries. So while that milk chocolate is still not set, it's still wet, drizzle the white chocolate over the top. Grab a toothpick and then gently pull the chocolate straight through. Doesn't that look so pretty? And I'm setting all my chocolates onto a baking sheet lined with a silicone mat. You can also use parchment paper. I find that the silicone mat just releases the chocolate very easily. And let the chocolate strawberries sit on the pan until that chocolate is completely set. I don't know if you've ever seen a tuxedo chocolate strawberries, but these are really fun. For the first step, we're going to cover the front with white chocolate. So just gently dip it right in. We're going to let this chocolate set first. And then once the white chocolate has set, we're going to dip some dark chocolate on either side. And then use a little toothpick to add in the bow tie. And some little buttons. And now for a classic finish to any chocolate covered strawberry, you can add a little white chocolate drizzle over the top. And how about some fun two-tone drizzle chocolate? So I have some milk chocolate topped with white chocolate drizzle, and then I have some dark chocolate I transferred into my bag here. Drizzle that over the top. And here's another fun way you could decorate the strawberries. And check out all the beautiful chocolate covered strawberries we have today. Lots of incredible variety. I'm going to let them sit on these baking sheets until that chocolate has set up completely. And now let's put together a tray with all the assorted chocolates we made today. We'll start with the classic little white chocolate drizzle, and then we have the double chocolate drizzle. And these tuxedo strawberries are so darn cute. And these strawberries with the Valentine's Day sprinkles look so pretty as well. Remember, you can use any color of sprinkles. Just remember to start with a white base and add the sprinkles on top. And that's it for my chocolate covered strawberry tutorial. These turned out so pretty. I love all the different designs. And once that chocolate is set, they are ready to be enjoyed. Now, as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video, they are best enjoyed within 24 to 36 hours. If you're going to enjoy them within a couple of hours, just keep them at room temperature. If you need to store them in the fridge overnight, you can. However, keep in mind the chocolate can form a little bit of condensation on the outside, and also the strawberries will start to weep some of their juices, and then that chocolate could start to separate away from the strawberry. So the sooner you can enjoy them, the better. Don't forget to head on down into that video description box for all the details. I'll have all the details up on my website for you. Meanwhile, I'm going to grab one of these plain strawberries. I'm going to keep all the extra fancy and pretty ones to give away to my friends and neighbors. And just a simple chocolate covered strawberry is unbeatable. It's one of my favorite treats for any holiday. So simple and so incredibly delicious. I got really lucky with the strawberries this time. They are super sweet and juicy, so delicious. And I love the dark chocolate on the outside. That's my favorite combination. Dark chocolate with sweet strawberries on the inside.